How are you all? Very fine and safe? Yes. I'm back again today with another lesson in science. So let's start off. Today we are going to look into a new chapter, that is force, work and energy. Right? So let us see what is present under force, work and energy. Why we should learn this? In the last class we have seen about the solar system, the planets and how the different types of constellations are there, volcanoes and so many other things. Yes, now today in this lesson we are going to look into how are we able to apply a force, what are all the different forces we have, why we should use a force and what kind of work are we doing and what are all the different energies which are present. Right? So, let's start off, children. Force. Force is nothing but either a push or a pull. Okay? Any push or a pull is called as a force. Now, I am standing like this, putting my hands together. Right? Down, in my down position. Okay? I am standing straight. Now, I want to lift my hand to the elbow level. So when I am lifting, I am applying some force, internal force to lift the hand from the stationary position to my elbow level. Okay, that is called as a force. Right? Now suppose one ball is coming towards you and you want to stop it. Okay, you are going to hold the object. That means you are putting some force to stop a moving object. Understood? So it can be either a push or a pull. Now you want to go out. The door is locked. Okay, what do? Can you walk up like that? No. So you have to pull the door so that you can go out. Right? So such type of forces which is used to either a push or a pull of an object is called as force. Right? We told what is force, but why we have to use the force? Where are we using? Force is used to move a body. Understood now? Yes, I want to come front. I am standing here. Can I just walk off like that? Yes, but with little force, I am able to come forward. Okay? So, to move any particular object, we need some force. Right? Now you want to switch on your TV. What do? You lean forward, you take up your remote and then you do the work. Right? Your body is moving. When the body is moving, you are applying a little force in it. Right? Now stop a moving body. Right? A ball is coming towards you. The batsman has kicked it. Okay? Then what do? You want to catch. The moving object, you want to hold it. That is done by some force. Okay, so we are able to stop a moving object. Then change the direction. Right? Now you are going in a car. Right? Now your car has to go towards your right. And when your father, he takes a turn. But if he goes straight, what will happen is going to hit a wall. Now what does your father do? He turns the car towards his right direction. Now this is happening because he is applying some force and then he is changing the direction of the object. Understood? This is the reason why we are using the force. Now let's go to the next one, children. Types of forces. Yes, so there are different types of forces which are present. The first one is the muscular force. The muscular force is nothing but the muscles which are there in our hands and legs. They use some force to either push or a pull. Okay. Now I am walking to the front. How am I walking? With my legs. So the muscles are applying a muscular force wherein I am able to lift my leg and put it in the front. Okay. So such forces which our body muscle uses is called as a muscular force. Now mechanical force. We have tools. Many tools. A screwdriver, hammer. Right? We are using these tools to do some work. And we are applying some force to it. And such force are called as mechanical force. Right? Next, elastic force. Now, moving a catapult. Elastic is something, two bamboo sticks would be there. In between the two bamboo sticks, they would tie a rubber. To this rubber, they would have a stone the rubber would be stretched and the stone would be released so that it would go and hit a fruit and the fruit will fall down. Right? So, such type of force is an elastic force. I am stretching a rubber band. It is nothing but the elastic force. Gravitational force. The gravity of the earth is pulling the objects towards it. Okay? That force which is able to pull the objects down towards itself, we call it as gravitational force. Now, because of gravitational force, all the objects on the earth are able to be on the earth. Otherwise, we all would be floating in the air. People would float, all the objects in our houses would float. Nothing would be possible on the earth to become a standstill. Okay, so the gravitational force is enabling the objects to be on the earth, right? Now, frictional force. Now, this frictional force, definitely you can have a best example is when your father is driving a car, okay? Then your father sees a red signal. Then what does he do? Does he go away like that? No, he would stop. Now, how does he stop? Slowly he would apply the brake and stop the vehicle. Now, what is happening here? Frictional force is applied. Okay? There is a friction between the road and the tire of the vehicle, which is allowing the vehicle to slow and stop. Okay? Such force is called as a frictional force. Now, let's go on to the next slide. Work. So, till now we have seen force. Now, let us look into work. Okay? Now, what is work? When we apply a force and the object is moved, then we call it as work. Okay? Object moves through a distance, then we say work is done. Now, I am just standing like this. Okay? Now, can I say I am doing some work? No. If I walk, I am doing a work because I am applying the force and the body is changing from one position to the another. Okay? When the object changes its position by the application of force, then you say that work is done. Okay? Now, if you hold an object, okay, and then stand like this, can you say that you have done a work? No. Lifting the object is a work. But holding the object and standing is not a work because you should move. The body should move a little. Then only I can say work is done. Now, next, to do the work, all the work is not possible by us, right? So, we use some machines or some tools to make our work very easier. So, here we are using some sort of machines called as simple machines. Okay, these simple machines will allow us to do our work very faster. Now let us see what are those to do our work is called as a simple machine. Why are we using this? To do our work faster. To work with less force or effort. Okay, I have a big boulder, a big rock. Can I go and push it with my hand? Is it possible? No. I'll use a tool, I'll use a machine which can move the rock from one position to another. Okay? Next, change the direction of force used. Okay? It is this, even this simple machines is going to change the direction of work what we are doing. Okay? That is the reason we are using the simple machines. And there are different kinds of simple machines like lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, screw and wedge. Now let us see each one in detail. Now this is a lever. What is a lever? A lever is used to lift weights, cut things and open the lid. Okay. Now suppose I have a bottle opener. It is a lever. I say it is a lever because I am applying the little force here and I am putting the bottle cap in between and I am lifting it. Okay. If the bottle cap is open. So this is a type of a lever. Then I also use these screws, nuts, okay, to lever. We use it to lift the weight, cut our things and open the lids. Cutting things, scissor. Scissor is also a type of lever. Understood, children? What are levers and which are the examples for it? Chalo, let's move on. Now, pulley. Now, nowadays I find this is very less. Mostly villages also are unable to see the wells. Pulley is nothing but a wheel and a rope. Pulley is made from a wheel and a rope. Right? In olden days, this pulley generally used to lift the things very easily. Right? In olden days, there were no water pumps, okay, or motors to draw the water from underground. So people used to dig wells, and to these wells they used to tie the pulley, and people used to draw water from the wells. Okay, now here this wheel, okay, and the rope becomes a pulley. Understood, children? Now, this pulley system is also used in certain mechanical works like car. Now, if the car is under repair and if the car doesn't move, okay, they tie the pulley and try to, if the car meets with an accident, it is unable to move. So, they tie the car to a pulley and they drag it, okay. So, such type of pulleys help us to lift the heavy objects. Okay, now next one is wheel and axle. What is this wheel and axle? Wheel is a larger object, okay, and that is rotating on a smaller object called axle. Okay, wheel is a larger object and that is rotating inside a axle, smaller object. Now, bicycle pedal is there, okay, this pedal, this becomes the wheel, that is the wheel, and this is the axle. Understood? So, this wheel and axle is able to do the rotation. Now, see here, screwdriver we have, okay, now this wheel and this becomes the axle wherein you are able to rotate it, right? So, wheel and axle are used to do some of the work very easy for us. Now, next one is an inclined plane. Okay, now what is this inclined plane? Now you can see some trucks, okay, trucks which are filled with cars and all. New cars are being transported from one place to another. Right? Now the new cars have to be sent inside, okay, inside the company. How does it happen? Okay, inside the showroom. How do they do it? They put one plank like this, okay, so that the cars from inside will slide on this and go. Understood, children? So, such type of plane, okay, which is used to bring the objects from high level to low level is called as a inclined plane. Okay, so this is used to move very big heavy loads. Okay, so much of loads are there, we are unable to carry it, then we use these inclined planes to move the heavy boxes which are being carted or which are being tied. Understood? So, such type of application is called as an inclined plane. Next is a screw. Right? Generally we can see such screws. Yes, a screw, it looks like a nail. It has got some grooves and there is a cut into it and it is used to hold the things together. Right? I'll tighten it with a screw. Screw, what is it doing? It is holding the objects, two objects together. So this circled part or the groove will allow it to go inside and we are going to fix the two objects using a screw. Understood, children? So these are all the simple machines which we have prepared to do our work easier, faster and quicker. And wedge. So this wedge, it is nothing but there is a sharp object in front and at the back we have a blunt shape. Okay. Now this is like a wedge. It is used to cut the sharp objects. So generally we come across wedges like knife and wedge. Understood, children? Right. Now, so till now we have seen different types of simple machines which we have used. Now let's look into energy. Right? We talked about force, we talked about work. Now, energy. Now, without energy, is anything possible? No. So, energy is a must. To do any work or to do anything, we must have energy. Energy is nothing but a force which is generated to do something. Understood, children? So, it is the ability to do work. Energy is needed for everything. Now, all living things, all of us need energy to live. If we don't have energy, are we able to survive? Not at all. Now, once you have become weak, how will you feel? Your energy is lost. You are weak. And in that weak situation, you may not be able to lift a glass of water and drink. Why? Because your body is not having sufficient energy. So, there are different sources of energy for us. Okay? Sun becomes the first and the foremost source of energy. Now, with the help of sun rays, the plants are able to prepare the food, and that prepared food we are eating. Okay, animals are eating, and we all of us are able to survive. Okay, so that is why source of energy, the sun forms the main source of energy. And at the same time, as I told you in the last lesson, the center of the earth is still hot, right? The inner core, it is still boiling. Okay, so that produces some sort of energy. Even the earth also produces some sort of energy which is helpful for us to do some other activities. Understood, children, now? Yes. Now let's go further. The one type of energy is the solar energy. Very, very common nowadays. Solar energy, these are the solar plants wherein the sun's energy is stored in this. Okay, and this energy of the sun which is stored is called solar energy, and this solar energy a house can utilize for many purposes, like instead of gas stoves and all, this solar energy is used to produce the heat. It is able to boil the water and many n number of things. So, solar energy is very, very important for us in converting the one form of energy into another. Now, this solar energy is also useful to run machines, okay, in some companies. Okay, this energy is stored and that energy is being converted to mechanical energy or electrical energy to do the work. Okay, so solar energy plays a very vital role. Now next is wind and water energy. Okay, so we also get energy from the wind, the air which is blowing, right? Now with this air, the air converts this wind energy into electrical energy. So we are also using this wind energy for the process of conversion into other energies. At the same time, water energy. Water, this you can see in the dams, okay? There are thermal stations. The water which is stored here, with the help of the turbines, what happens? This water goes into the powerhouse. Now, inside the powerhouse, the water current is changing into electrical current. And this electrical current is distributed to many parts of the cities and towns. Understood, children? This is how water energy is converted to electric energy. Now, one best example in our state is the Srisailam project. Okay, in the Srisailam dam, you would be seeing onto one side there is a thermal plant. Okay, this is called as a thermal plant, where the water is getting converted to electrical energy. Understood, children? Right. Now let's move on. Atomic energy. Right. Now there are so many big companies like this which is producing lot amount of energy from the very tiny atoms. Okay. Now such type of energies which is produced from the atomic molecules, we call it as atomic energy. This atomic energy, one best example is the atom bombs. Okay, preparation of atom bombs. This atom bomb is so powerful. Why? Because lot and lot of atomic energy is stored in the atom bomb, one small bomb. If you throw that bomb, lot of destruction would happen. Understood? So, atomic energy is also used from the conversion of energy from the atoms to any other level. Understood, children? So, this is atomic energy. Next is geothermal energy. Geothermal. Geo means earth. Thermal means current. Okay, so from the earth, current is being taken and produced. The energy is taken, the Earth's energy is taken and produced as current. This is called as geothermal energy. Like in the previous slides I told you, no, Earth is having lot of energy inside. Yes, inside the core it is very hot. Yes, so we take the center points of the Earth and from the Earth's under crust we drag out the energy and that is being converted into current energy and sent to us. Okay, such type of conversion is called as a geothermal electricity or geothermal energy. Right, children? So, by this we have winded up with the lesson. A very small lesson. What all we have seen? Let's give a quick recap. We have talked about force. What is force? The push and pull. Okay, what are all the different types of forces we have? Why are we using the force? Yes. Now, next we talked about work. Why we should do work and what are all the different machines we have to do our work easier. Simple machines. Yes, like lever,